Hello and welcome to Music is Your Friend. Today we're gonna talk about the new Ariana Grande album called Thank You Next. So yes, Ariana Grande is a great singer. What else is new? So I really wanted to find out how she actually uses her instrument on her new album. I was actually hoping that, she would actually use her instrument to her fullest potential, so every single struggling singer can actually hear the album and say, my god, she's a really good singer. Yeah, that didn't really happen. So what did happen? Well, here are the songs. The song Imagine actually sounds like somebody's scrolling through their cell phone and listening to different melodies that they have on their cell phone, the ones that are provided by the cell phone manufacturer. It's a pop song, but it's not like a Whitney Houston pop song. This is just a song. It's safe to say that it's far away from, Dust in the Wind. There is an aura about these songs that I would describe as confidence boosting, but I think it's fake confidence boosting. It's a pat on your back without actually dealing with your issues. Needy is not a bad song, but, just the trap influence in it is come on. You have one of the best pipes out there in the modern music scene, so why would you, waste it to do trap? The third song is called NASA. It has an interesting choice of motifs, but the most predominant for me is the obvious sexual illusion one, and that's basically, the universe and NASA who is penetrating the universe. And again, you can't really hear her vocals. There's a stab here and there, but that's just floating in effects and it's just fake, she doesn't belt any notes. You can talk about some things with irony, or you can talk about some things from an objective standpoint. However, when you're actually making songs that deal with a certain subject, you also need to be aware of your target audience. And if you have songs like Bloodline that talk about, just having casual sex with a guy that you kind of know, and in that song, if you're actually advocating for not to get emotionally attached and just have kind of rebound sex, you're basically glorifying temporary sexual relationships. And if your target audience are 12-year-old girls, then we have a problem. If within a song you're conveying to a guy that I don't want you in my bloodline, I just kind of want to temporarily use you because it suits my needs, what kind of a message are you giving out to your target audience? Just think about that for a moment. Anyway, Max Martin also co-produced this song, and as always he employed some other younger, melody makers. And they actually used some Balkans, Middle Eastern, Latino trumpets in this song. The song itself is kind of catchy, but I really mind the compression values of this song because the compression is so powerful that it just kind of sucks out the speaker and it creates some negative pressure on my head, and I don't really like it, and I don't like this trend in music. It's still a bullshit song. Fake Smile is basically a song where she complains about, fame. But then again, she says that she chose such a life. Well, yeah, fame is a hard thing to deal with, but you can actually deal with it without being a slut. See, if you're famous and you're complaining about the life that you lead, well, then change your life. You can do it. If you're hanging out with rappers that, overdose, listen, I'm sorry about your life, but just don't do it. Find a guy that, does manufacturing work, works on a parking lot or somewhere. Or find a guy that actually owns a farm or likes kayaking or something. You have money. You can move from LA. I mean, I get that she kind of wants to deal with her grief within a song. This album is kind of full of her grief, and I can't blame her. But on top of all that, her voice still didn't come out. And that's a problem. And I truly believe that she won't be happy with this album, at least from a musical or a vocal standpoint. Again, if you have the pipes of Whitney Houston, or at least you're trying to have those pipes, and you're not using them, you're not gonna be satisfied. These songs are basically meaningless and they lack substance. Fuck a fake smile. Fuck a fake smile. Really? That's the best you can do? This song sounds like it was written by a 15-year-old that really hates her parents for not buying her the new PlayStation 11 or something. The best song on the album is called Bad Idea. Only from a musical perspective though, because the song itself talks about, how you need to have sex with somebody to numb the pain or whatever. It's a rebound sex thing, I'm temporary, you're temporary, we're good with that. That will really help me with my grief and will bring substance to my life. But the song is good from a musical standpoint. It has really good melodies. It kind of sounds like Miley Cyrus / Lady Gaga meets somebody that I used to know from Gautier. And in the end, they kind of just slow down the song, and it's kind of like a musical little element that actually wasn't expected from a song like this. I expected, a sub 3-minute song, but they made it like a 4-minute song with this really weird ending. And I kind of like it. I don't appreciate it, but it's okay for a song like this. So if you really need to listen to this album, listen to this song, because I believe it's the best song on the album. Makeup is just another bullshit song, and even though it doesn't talk about eyeliners, it sounds like it was written by somebody who's 13 and just bought their first eyeliner. Ghostin', that's kind of a private song, but it's really boring and I believe you should skip it. All in My Head. This is just a pile of horse manure. Just like stupid musical ideas. The lyrics are pure idiocy, and actually this song doesn't help, the reputation of pop music for being sub 3-minute stupid songs about bullshit subjects that have really crappy melodies that sound like an Android cell phone. Oh yeah, the rhymes are kind of also shameful on this song. 7 Rings. I read what the song is about, but I don't actually believe it, because what I hear in this song is just basically trap music and talking about wealth, but not like Bill Gates wealth, just like being flashy wealth. This is not self-empowering, this is just idiocy. If you want to get self-empowered, strive to be like Bill Gates and don't strive to be Lil Wayne. Thank You Next is basically a song about her exes. She didn't have much luck in that, aspect, but that's just life. This is basically a bullshit song. She actually calls out her boyfriends within the song, calls out their names or nicknames. I really don't see the point of the song, and I don't see what is she kind of trying to relate to us. So she's basically trying to tell us how her exes kind of impacted her and her young life. You actually don't need to have 10 exes that were problematic to find out what kind of person you are. You can just be a good person and live your life. Try doing that for change. And then the last song, Break Up With Your Girlfriend Because I'm Bored. Oh, but in the music video, she is like that girlfriend that's getting dumped. I don't think the irony actually went through. This song basically states that it's okay to be a slut, and it's not. And slut shaming is basically an unnecessary term, because the word slut should actually induce shame. You should be ashamed if you're a slut. So don't even listen to this song. It's a bullshit song. Just forget about it. This album is actually mostly crap. The authorship is basically crap. The message is non-existent, and there's actually no seriousness to this whatsoever. This is a pile of horse manure with some really catchy melodies, but they're not the kind of melodies that, you actually want from pop. This just sounds bad. This just sounds like, saran wrapped oranges that are actually peeled. I think that, Ariana Grande actually needs a new start in life, both in her personal life and her musical career, because this just ain't cutting it. I'm not gonna get that into her personal life, because it's your life, it's your body, you are free to do with it whatever you want, but just think about the message that you're actually leaving behind with your work. And from a musical standpoint, I believe that it's much better to actually see her as a guest on Jimmy Fallon's show, where she sings Wheels on the Bus Go Round and Round in the voice of Christina Aguilera. And if you really want to listen to, this album from a musical perspective, then listen to the song Bad Idea, because I believe it's still the best song on the album. Ooh.